Well, hello, beautiful people. Yes, I kind of need glasses. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We are who we are, right? Um, I laugh because I didn't for so many years, after I had raised all my children, I still didn't need it. And then all of a sudden, one day, I needed some reading glasses, and you start using them and you end up becoming dependent on them. So, we want to be mindful of our health and what we become dependent on, because I'm hearing some things about maybe I won't have to wear glasses, although I don't mind. But if I don't have to, then I'm going to work on that. So I'm working in some areas on that. I'll let you know about that later. Anywho, Angela Renee, y'all, this is the Truth Serum. I love the name of our podcast, The Truth Serum with Angela Renee. And I am going to always share the truth. Today, we're talking about how breath work anchors our body and our mind, right? And this is what we need to understand on our journey to leaving the 3D realm, levels of consciousness, right? And being in the 4D level of consciousness, where we're doing that work, preparing to get into the 5D and beyond. The 5D level of consciousness is our first level of, or the spirit level, right? And we need to understand we are souls having a physical experience, y'all. So, spirit realm, understanding that is so important. And these tools that I'm sharing in this 9-part series, which is the second part right now, um, one of those tools I want to start with you guys with is breath work, right? So important that we understand the power of us and breath work. So I'm going to get into it. Um, I again want to remind you that this series is about getting unstuck, y'all. We do not want to remain on a level where we can elevate. If you're at a 3D level and you're comfortable, that means there's work that needs to be done. And hopefully you see that, right? Because we are ascending, right? And in our ascension, we want to make sure that we don't get stuck. And the tools that I'm sharing, these ascension tools, is to make sure that you do not get stuck. So, the first one, breath work. We often, yes, I did do that, don't understand the power within us. And one of the things that no one can control except for us is our breath, right? And so, what do most of us do when we're challenged? I think we naturally will take a deep breath, right? Um, Sometimes we'll find it's hard to breathe when people are dealing with anxiety. Anxiety is real, you guys. I had never dealt with that, and I went through something um, probably about 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, took my breath away. It surely did, actually, the anxiety, right? And I learned how very real anxiety was because of that. Yeah, I couldn't believe, I could not believe that I couldn't breathe. And I wasn't sure, except for I went back to some of the gifts that I know I have with being able to calm myself. And I healed myself in that moment. But had I allowed the anxiety to get to me, I may not even be here talking to you guys today. So I definitely want to make sure I share this breath work with you and the importance of it. So that's good that we kind of go back to a natural thing, which is to breathe. And sometimes we'll even step back and we'll take a deep breath, but sometimes we forget, and anxiety will take over. But I want to talk to you guys about the importance of breathing and why we need to be in control of our breath at all time. And one thing definitely is breathing can be used to calm us, right? It can be used to calm the body and the mind, right? And so we should always be in control of our breath and know that at any moment where we begin to feel anxious, that we can breathe deeply, slow our breath, and we can ascend right at that point. that our level of consciousness, even just with our breath. That's why meditation is so important. Meditation is not just this, I always tell people, it's not this woo woo thing, it's the power of you at work. Meditation is you slowing yourself down so you can be in control of the moment, right? So, you guys have heard of this whole fight and flight thing, right? There's another one that I learned about when I was doing more research to talk, and it's the rest to digest. And I thought, wow, that is so powerful because we need to rest. We need to slow our body down so that we are experiencing good gut health, right? So that we can digest the food and what we intake, the waters, the juices or whatever needs to go through our body, right? So the rest to digest, I thought was woo, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I always say that but I don't eat no meat. Winner, winner, how about vegan dinner, right? But anyway, um that is so important that you guys understand that you fight or flight is real, but the rest to digest is real, and you are in control of that. That's what I think people forget the control that they have, which is why I love sharing these amazing tools. As a mindfulness coach, that we need to understand the tools in being mindful so that we actually are successfully passing through every moment, right? So your breath. So let's talk a little bit about breath work. You know that it slows you down, right? Helps you keep it focused. I want to look at two things that I wanted to make sure I share. So the very basic thing is just breathing, understanding that taking a breath in and a breath out, and listening to your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So important. It does help calm our our mind, and it also helps calm our body, right? Which is extremely important. Also, you want to make sure that you understand some deeper techniques. And one that I think is really um, popular is the box breathing, right? It's just kind of a box. You imagine a box, and so then you're breathing and you're going up, and it's for 4 counts, right? So you breathe and you breathe, it goes, and then out, and then you hold. Well, actually, I messed up. We didn't hold it. So let's do it again. We're gonna go again. Breathe in. That's the holding, right? So you breathe for a count of 4, you hold for a count of 4, and then you let it out. So we're going to just act like we just did it and let it out. Count of 4, and then you just rest for a count of 4, and then you repeat it. So it's the box breathing, right? And you can do that anywhere, but I like the first one for wherever you're at, because even if you're in a situation where you're stressed, let's say you're speaking to somebody and they're pushing buttons, you can take a breath in, take a breath out, take a breath in, breath out, without anybody even having to know that you are practicing this mindfulness tool, this amazing breath work. So I said these would be short videos, you guys. Grab hold of this tool. Remember the power of you. Nobody can control your breath. I don't care what nobody says or what they're doing. I don't care what's taking place. You are in control of your breath. And with that, beautiful people, I am going to move forward. Be mindful of your breath, but don't worry, I will see you next time. I promise, with another amazing, wonderful tool for you to ascend from 3D to 4D to 5D because you deserve to flourish, not just survive, right? Not just thrive, but flourish. Talked about that with some ladies, and we were like, yes, it's about flourishing. All right, beautiful people. Until next time, I will see you soon.